You know, for something called late night coffee, I'm surprised they close at 2 a.m. Oh, hey, guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Infamous Second Son. Today we're going to be taking on the Space Needle, and as you can see by the pop-up there, chance for evil karma here to kill this sign twirler. If he doesn't twirl the sign in 5 seconds, I'm gonna kill him. Okay, you didn't live up to your name, dude. So much for being a sign twirler. You're just holding it. Anyway, okay, so yeah, like I said, today we're going to be taking down the Space Needle, going to what is honestly the actual second mission of the game, because for the most part, pretty much the first mission is the opening, and the second mission that the game counts is picking up the core relays, but I mean, that's just kind of you walking around town. Nothing's really happening story-wise, but today we're actually going to get some story progress. So we'll go up to here and press up to start the gauntlet.
Reg, I'm here, and you were right. The needle's tricked out with all kinds of electrical crap and what looks like a bad aluminum siding job.
You're gonna have to get to the top of the needle.
It's a nice day. I'll just climb to the top.
So one thing that's nice about the
hypothetical
climbing in this game is that this is a really good way to show off the climbing here.
What would be the explanation for how I might be able to draw the power from some conduits, say, oh, I don't know, Hank? And not others, like one of these dupe troopers.
Oh my god, so you did try earlier.
Hey, I'm not looking for an I told you so here, Reg.
Boom. Just cut the middle of that conversation off while we were walking.
Well, I suppose that hypothetically, theoretically, it could be you can only drain powers from a...
You can see off in the distance that's where we came from the destroyed bridge.
Like Hank, or hopefully Augustine. Guys got all their weaker powers from Augustine, so maybe they can't pass them on, even to you.
So you're saying we have to keep going? Read you loud and clear.
Don't push it. And next time, don't lie to me, okay? Trust your brother a little more than that, will you?
It's really awfully convenient that this is perfectly set up in a way that we can climb from place to place.
This stuff's even uglier from the inside. Looking forward to taking this stuff down.
Also, how am I going to be able to answer this call here?
You hung up on me.
Sorry, Betty, but,
Here, excuse me for one quick second. I'm gonna quickly make sure that the subtitles are actually on. I don't know why they turned themselves off. There we go. Okay.
Actually, at the moment, I'm kind of climbing up the outside of the Space Needle.
Well, if you don't want to talk to me, just say so.
Gonna have to call you back, Betty. Aren't you a sec?
Also, I like how in the good Karma version of that conversation, he's a lot nicer to her and she's a lot nicer to him, and yeah, you can definitely tell that already immediately Betty is not happy with us. But I mean, it's kind of fair. We kind of let her and the rest of the tribe get, you know, basically killed effectively, assuming that we wouldn't be able to get this power from Augustine.
Onward and upward.
Keep going. You're almost to the top.
Really? Even in death, those guys were body blocking for their friends. There we are. Good vent to go through. Also, you would think the wind would have blown some of us away from the smoke.
That must be what holds it all together. What the hell? Haven't seen you before. Reg, man, they got a small army up here.
Good. You're in the right place.
Or that they really don't like other people playing with their stuff.
Come on, focus, Delson.
Usually one good rocket takes those guys out, and luckily there's a lot of smoke coming out of the top of the Space Needle, so we can actually recharge our abilities. Yeah, like I was saying, though, one good rocket pretty much takes away those guys' shields, and then they're a really good idea to just focus them down once that shield's gone. So like Delson said, there is pretty much a small army up here. I mean, you gotta wonder what, in reality, they were really doing up here other than just waiting for us, because, I mean, it's not like this is very much of a tactical place to overlook anything, because even if you saw something, what are you gonna do about it? Just wildly fire pot shots out into the streets? But assuming how hyper evil these guys are, I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that they would do. That's one thing that also the good side of this makes them seem like they're even worse than they actually are in the bad side. Because in the bad side, you're mainly supposed to be like the... Oh yeah, I forgot it won't let me break that until I need to fire at the anchor witch. Just see that's not going to work. I don't know why Delson didn't just immediately try to destroy the core relay.
Oh, this is going to be epic!
This again, just like the orbital drop, is one of those powers that I like never use when I'm playing good.
Rush! I hope Reggie's got a good view of this.
Because now you can do the orbital drop.
Goes away.
Hello, Science Center District. I lost you. Do you read me? I'm getting nothing, sir. You? Nothing outside our immediate area.
Yeah, Reg. Let's go find us some prime conduits and get some new powers. We own the streets!
Take it easy. A few streets in the immediate vicinity, right? The DUP still owns the other 98%.
But we kicked them off the Space Needle, man!
You knocked
Love
out
that
their
line.
comm center, okay? They may be deaf, but they're not dumb. Kicking the DUP completely out of Seattle is gonna take time. We just got here.
Honestly, that's one point that they make that I really don't like agree too much with. I mean, like
The Chinese people.
it feels like it makes literally no change. Alright, so we get to pick our tag. This actually does come back a little bit in the game. Whenever you go to take over a district, this becomes a pretty big thing. So you have the default Delson's bird design here. Then whenever I'm playing good karma, I usually do the hands on the city just because I feel like it's a pretty cute thing. And honestly, I think the donkey is funny and all, but I don't think I've ever gone with it before. And then I've gone with the Skull TV the last time I played Evil. I think this time, honestly though, I'm gonna go with the bird look, just because I think it's a pretty good, all-fitting tag. So we'll go with that. So this one actually does change depending on what karma you are.
Are you kidding? People in Portland can see it.
I just want to let the dupes know I'm here, man.
Who the hell is that? That's not one of the three who escaped.
So yeah, and then we're off the Space Needle, and then unfortunately we never get to be a part of the Space Needle again, because all that stuff fell, we never get to go for. Also, yeah, they're gonna call us the Banner Man, which is a really dumb
Maybe
name.
need like a PR guy.
What the hell are you talking about?
People here are starting to call me the Banner Man, which A is unbelievably lame.
Maybe not the best idea, you hanging around the Space Needle right now.
Well, I mean, why not Smoke-tastic Man or hell, just the Smoker?
Look, I'll keep trying to get a lead on the escaped bioterrorists. Why don't you see if you can disrupt other DUP operations around there until I get back to you?
Whoa, I don't know what just launched me up in the air. Alright then, I melee attacked that and it popped me straight up in the air. Alright, yep, we get our first karma upgrade after that. So as you can see, the red is slowly starting to take over the white there. Let me pull up the upgrades here. Because I believe getting promoted to criminal, actually, yep, allows us to pick up sustained fire. And we are currently out of shards at the moment. What is this mission? Oh, Cole's Legacy. Okay. This actually will be a first for me, because this was a new DLC that actually got released recently. I mean, this game came out in, I think, 2014, and they just released this, so I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah, who's this?
Raymond Wolf, the reporter.
Whoa, like the Raymond Wolf, the guy who cracked the military's real involvement with the Empire City catastrophe?
Good. You've heard of me. That'll make this easier. I need your help. Get to Sundial Park and I'll tell you more about it.
Alright, we'll give it a go. I think this would be interesting doing this with Evil Karma, especially because I mean, canonically, Cole's a good guy. The good route is canon for them, which, I mean, in what game is the good route not the canon route, honestly? I wish that's something that could change a lot in games, where, like, the evil route could be the canon one. Not to spoil anything for this game, but I think either the good or bad could be the canonical ending for this game. I mean, I guess with Infamous 2's ending, which, if you pick the evil ending, it involves everybody that isn't a conduit dying, like, goes ahead for it, so I can kind of understand that they didn't go for it then, but I could see this game's evil ending being canon. But yeah. I mean, we can discuss it more when we get there. Still have a ways to go. So we'll collect 2 little blast shards while we're on our way here, and we can go ahead and try this mission here.
Captured by the DUP. He's being questioned as we speak. I'm still looking into where he's being held, but in the meantime, I need you to pick up my most recent story. The DUP are looking for it, and I don't want it falling into their hands.
Sure, man. How do I find it?
The markers to the drop site are a series of fish stickers I placed to point the direction. Just follow the fish stickers.
Fish stickers. You'd think he would have just told us exactly where it was if he was the one who placed them. Okay, I thought I saw one. Yep, over there. I'm gonna wager guess they're going up here somewhere. I mean, we can try both. Yeah, it looks like it's staying down, so we'll check that out then. I wonder if they lead towards one of those Cole McGrath's electronic stores, since this mission is supposed to be Cole's legacy and all. Ah, I see one there. Okay, are they going this way? Yep. Okay, onto the rock. Interesting. Oh, there's one over here. That's our way of doing a stealth attack. Seems like the DUP picked up on the whole follow the fish stickers towards something there. Wow, there's a lot of them here for being a side mission. But luckily, one thing that's nice, we now have that orbital drop we can use. And since it's really easy to get an evil karma streak going on, honestly, there's no point in not using the orbital drop whenever you can, because it can take out a lot of people. As you can see there. So it looks like we've got one guy who somehow managed to survive that. That is the Rambo of DUP agents. I mean, that really was out in the open outside, besides the fish. I'm surprised they didn't collect that before.
Just Beginning, by Raymond Wolfe. It's common knowledge that when Cole McGrath died, he not only cured the plague that was sweeping the world, but took every conduit with him to his grave. What we didn't know was that this would be temporary. Within a year, rumors emerged of the return of the conduit gene. Some believed that the plague had survived and mutated, this time creating conduits rather than living normals. Some believed that not all the conduits were actually killed, but a few remained and were somehow able to spread their abilities. I've personally looked into both of these urban legends and have yet to find proof of either of them, which is why I'm here in Seattle. I believe the DUP know more than
those gas prices are, at least were, a little bit ago, a little too true.
More to the story, and I think Augustine and the DUP have the key. I'm going to need your help to figure it out. I'll be in touch.
Thanks. Or, you're welcome, I guess.
I'm just firing so many warning shots at these drones. One of these days they'll learn not to fly in my airspace. I think we can do another spray tag over here, and then one thing I was definitely wanting to do in this episode was I was going to take over a district today, because I believe we weakened the one that the Space Needle's in enough. So we can do the Queen of Maine, and if I had to guess, I would imagine that it would probably be Augustine related. See, why do I need to paint up there for that to be done? Yep. Totally called it. Pretty much any time something in the title is female related, it's pretty much always going to be Augustine now.
And an aerosol can.
Delson, I may have a lead on one of the bioterrorists
There we
who
go.
escaped from the bus crash.
Fine, lay it on me.
I'm still at the station. Not a great place to talk. I'll meet you at 4th and Vickers.
Pretty much any chance I get, I'm just gonna kick them while they're down. Yeah, but so this, once you're done clearing up a district, you can go to one of these phone things and start a district showdown mission, they're called. So definitely gonna go and take that out. So yeah, as you can see up there, that skull just went away. So basically how the orbital drop works, you can't always use it, unfortunately. You would be able to save your progress towards the next one if you're playing Good Karma, since Good Karma is a bit, like it's harder to do out in the open. But for Bad Karma, you have to do it within a certain amount of time. So, oh, of course, literally almost perfectly the amount we needed, but in that case we can go ahead and do basically the other little side missions that are in this area. So we've got one stencil art, a hidden camera, and a dead drop to pick up. So we will instead, I'm going to grab this drone here, because I know collecting the blast shard drones deals with that as well. So here we are, collect that. Yep. For somehow, the DUP lost 2% control because I destroyed a drone that was flying in a circle. Definitely makes sense. Alright, so we'll do a bone to pick. Oh, hey, a bear. This is perfect, so it'll be like the channel mascot. I can honestly say with no bias that this is the best stencil art in the game.
Just made the world a little better place.
That's funny. I like that. Now, okay, we can do the district showdown. There we are. I don't know why I thought we'd seen that cutscene earlier. But, yep. But instead of doing that, I thought we could just do the other missions quickly that are right here. So this one, the hidden camera mission. So basically, we get to see a little feed of a hidden camera, and then we have to watch that feed and find where the camera is. It's really not hidden. If you ask me, it's pretty much very much out in the open. But okay, whatever makes the game happy. Then we can do this little hidden file here. Silence some activists while we're at it. And if it isn't too much trouble, we can destroy the suspect pens as well. Normally you just slide open up the doors, but in our case we're not very friendly to random civilians. Because to be honest, if you're in this situation, would you really?
Yeah, who's this?
Nelson Rowe, you don't know me, but I've been watching you.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
You've started whispers going all the way back to Washington about Augustine and the need of the DUP.
That's great. Just one more step to making Augustine pay for what she did.
Not all of it's great. I want to help you.
Uh-huh. Help me do what, exactly?
I can help you take down the DUP from the inside. But you have to promise me you won't say anything to anyone. If the information I reveal to you gets out, I'm done. I won't even see the inside of a cell. You are the only one who can expose what Augustine's doing in the conduits. You're the only one I trust to see this through to the end, no matter what.
All right. I'll play along for now. So what do you need?
I pushed a program to your phone. It'll guide you to my reports. Find them, hear my story, and keep fighting. Crap, I gotta go.
Seems like I don't exactly have the best security on my phone then. Also, I'm surprised my phone can survive the, like, smoke coming off my hands like that. You think that that would at least do something to it. But yeah, so we're just gonna hold up our phone and we will walk around and try to find wherever the signal is coming from. So we can see it really seems to be going right here.
Augustine is the most
So
powerful
we'll pick up the audio
conduit I've
log.
ever seen. And she's got all the DUP as her loyal lapdogs. The mission has always been to collect bioterrorists and keep the world safe. She's done it so well that the government says they don't even need the DUP anymore. I gotta tell you, kid, I wouldn't want to be the government right now. Augustine is the DUP. Saying they don't need the DUP is saying they don't need Augustine. That's a bad idea. Worse, it's a powder keg just waiting for a spark. A spark like you.
Also, I like how those were cops walking right up to drug dealers and just not caring at all. They're definitely on the payroll there. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen cops actually get into a fight with drug dealers in this game. I think they just kind of just walk right by them just because they're different karmatic events, so they don't interact with each other and like mess you up or something in case you were wanting to like kill the cops if you're bad or stop the drug dealers if you're good, which I mean I guess makes sense. There we are. Grind up that orbital drop quickly. Now, actually I think I'll quickly pick up this blast shard just because we're kind of in the way of it. It's never a bad idea to get as many blast shards as possible, just though you can get some good upgrades. Here we are, now we can start this district showdown.
Hi, you have reached the DUP helpline. Do you have a bioterrorist incident to report?
There's been a disturbance nearby, by a rather handsome bioterrorist. He decided to vandalize your billboard.
Please hold and stay where you are. We are sending DUP troops to neutralize the threat.
I am never gonna get tired of this.
What I find interesting is that the red is on the left side and the blue's on the right side, which normally is not how that goes, as you can see on Delson's back.
Oh, yes! Serious improvement!
So these district showdowns basically just going to spawn a bunch of enemies. You'll just have to take them out, and then once you do, you will no longer have to deal with DUP troops in the area. I believe there's still occasionally some, but it's definitely not as many as normal. How did you survive that? Yeah, that's one reason I don't really like the sulfur bomb. I feel like it doesn't really do anything. Like, it's supposed to make them cough and like stun them for a few seconds, but I mean, you saw that guy, he didn't even react to it. Oh yes, so DUP snipers, they'll typically make little concrete surfaces for themselves to stand on. And I like how it teleports us right back up there. But there we are, our first district taken down. Now we own the Queen Anne area. And then one thing that's kind of cool is that whenever you complete the district showdowns, it always gives you a new jacket design for the back of Delson's jacket, so you don't have to always look at the same birds. I'll pull that up quickly. I believe it is, yeah, here. So we have, so far, Delson's vest and then Agent are the only two we have. And then also it shows us our aliases, which are kind of cool. Those will update as the game goes on. I always like getting the enhanced vent launch. And then I think I'm going to, yeah, save up one more shard for that. But yeah, so as you can see, our back now has a new decal. It's pretty cool looking. I believe my favorite, though, obviously we haven't gotten yet, but it is called Zeke's Lucky 7, and it is a basically exact reference to Zeke from the first two Infamous games. One thing when I was reading that Cole's Legacy mission description, I was kind of hoping that it would have been Zeke talking, but I mean, I guess they didn't want to bring him back, just so their stories can stay at least a little bit different. But it makes me wonder what Zeke is doing at this point. Landed right next to that one. So as you can see, the DUP controlled this zone by 2%, so you know what, let's just get it down to 0 while we're at it. Then I think the last thing I wanted to do in this episode, other than getting them down to 0%, is we will do our first stronghold mission. So as you can see, this little restricted area we keep walking around, that has one of those trucks, like the big mechanized RVs that Delson called it when we first ran into one, that we'll have to destroy. And then one thing, you can never get rid of the DUP in a district without taking up their stronghold in it first. Which might seem a little obvious, but it is technically something that has to be done. Alright, so as you can see, whenever we're low health, the screen will go like that. And actually, one thing I kind of find interesting is our power drains a little bit when we're low health. Because as you can see, like, the smoke's all around Delson, and then it has to, like, basically find its way back into him. Kind of is a cool little detail I like. It's not that annoying when it comes to gameplay, because honestly, the amount that you'll lose is so, like, minuscule comparison to what you need to actually, like, fight and everything, but this is kind of an interesting detail. I don't believe that happened with Cole, if I remember correctly. I don't believe that you got, you would lose power when you had low health. Then again, could be wrong. It has been a little bit since I played the first two Infamous games. I would say definitely, going back a little bit to something I was talking about in the second episode, 100% of the way, though, I would say the second one is probably my favorite of the first two originals, just because I just think the story, the area, Cole's character in general, I just thought was more interesting in the second game than it was in the first game. They actually ended up changing voice actors for Cole between 1 and 2, and at first I really didn't like his Infamous 2 voice just because I was so used to 1, but after playing it for a little bit, I think I definitely prefer his Infamous 2 voice. I just thought it was a lot more interesting. But Cole's originally supposed to be from... I love little comments Delson gives occasionally when you're fighting. But Delson's originally supposed to be from Empire City, which is a not-so-subtle renaming of New York City for this game's universe. Which I kind of find interesting that they named Empire City, New York was Empire City, New Orleans is called New Marais, and then in this game we're just in Seattle. Like, they didn't even bother to change the name of Seattle in this one. One of the smart ideas when you're low on health, honestly, is to just really abuse the smoke dash. Because it's a really good way to just stay out of everybody's line of sight while while you are regenerating your health. Because while you do have fast healing as a conduit, sadly you're not immortal. You know, I've been finding myself using the charge shot a lot more than I normally ever did playing this. I think it's just a lot more useful than I really remembered it being. So as you can see, we're going to want to destroy those little coolant tanks, and somebody is still surrendering around here. I think it's that guy up there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, dude, just die. We are basically almost completely out of smoke here. There we are. It's like, yes, game, I know how to destroy these, I just didn't have any more of my power left. So after destroying them, we'll be able to lift it up and hold, and then just mash R2 to destroy the mobile command center. There we go. And then one thing that always you want to remember to do is after destroying the command center, it will always throw out blast shards for you to pick up. Also, I'm pretty sure, as we can see here from all those surrendering dudes walking around, I'm pretty sure once you destroy the command center, almost everybody will just surrender immediately. I know there's a couple times when they don't, because I've actually made it to where I will roll up, only kill like 1 or 2 of the dudes, and then just blow it up, just because they allow me to. They don't attack me while I'm doing it. But you know, I think it's funny just to watch this guy run around while he's trying to surrender. I mean, he doesn't know where to go otherwise. We'll finally just put him out of his misery. So we can destroy those little cameras just because they're annoying. Honestly, it really doesn't matter that the DUP sees you on camera. It's just kind of, they make a little bit of a noise, and it's just another thing for you to destroy. That way you can completely kick them out of the district. So, I'm just going to quickly go around and destroy the last of these little cameras. Unfortunately, we're going to have to phase through that gate there. And the reason that was unfortunate is I honestly thought the cops were going to attack me, because I'm pretty sure when you're playing Good Karma and cops see you do anything conduit related, they won't mess with you, but if you're playing evil, then they will. Which, I mean, I guess is fair, since pretty much doing evil karma, you're going to kill a bunch of cops anyway. But yeah, alright, the last pertinent bit of information. Can we climb the T-Rex? Let's see. I would imagine we'd start with the tail. Oh. Seems like Delson doesn't want to latch onto it. Okay, I refuse to give up on the T-Rex. I'm going to land on this thing. It just really slides me right off. That is a travesty. 0 out of 10. Trash game. Not worth it. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call it an episode there. This one was definitely a bit longer than the second episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Made sure we got rid of the Space Needle. Now they won't be able to have it as a communication center. Did our first district showdown and got our first customizable jacket. And yeah, in the next episode we are going to be looking into our brother's information that he has about one of the other escaped conduits. So I will see you guys then.